So all I'm just sharing to you is to be able to share with you and tell you there is not only just markers in the earth and in the waters, there is also signs in the heavens as well that are matching itself. One analyst says that we are having so many earthquakes currently since the Shemitah year started that hear what he says, if the resurrection of the dead is the first thing that is going to take place, it will make perfect sense why there are so many volcanic activity that is disturbing the underworld. He says that can be a significant marker. Now, in all fairness, all of this can blow all over. And I want to close with a statement of John the Baptist's disciples who was sent to Jesus. And they had a question from John the Baptist. Here was the question. Art thou he that should come, or should we look for another? You know what Jesus told him? He said, go back and tell John what you have seen. My question to the church is this. Is this the time that we should expect, or should we look for another? My answer is this. What are we seeing? We have seen the nation of Israel back in their homeland. We have seen the gathering of nations around the world. We have seen there have just been a big discussion on climate change and bringing the world together and global tax, and the list goes on. We have seen politicians trying to raffle us just how to solve the world's problems. We have seen great falling away. We have seen signs in heaven. There is earthquakes, there is flooding. You look at it, different parts of the world that have just been hit almost every single week. Everything is on an all-scale high. We are running out of time. The doors are about to shut, and the day is fast approaching. Continue to watch. Continue to be on guard. And as much as you can, snatch as much people as you can and bring them into the house. Bring them into the room. Bring them into the faith. Shut the door.
Technology is increasingly central to the evolution of healthcare, with the World Health Organization being a prominent advocate for its integration. From artificial intelligence and data analytics to telemedicine and wearable health devices, technology is set to redefine the medical landscape. Let's take a look at artificial intelligence. AI is being used in medical diagnostics, medical research, medical administration, as well as medical education. What is telemedicine? Telemedicine is the ability to deliver healthcare services remotely. This option allows patients to schedule virtual doctor visits even if they are not able to physically visit a doctor's office. Wearable health devices such as smartwatches and fitness trackers are playing a growing role in healthcare by continuously monitoring health metrics like heart rate, blood pressure, sleep patterns, and more. The Internet of Things connects these devices to healthcare systems, allowing for continuous monitoring, early detection, and patient engagement. And as we use these various methods and devices in the medical industry, a large amount of data is being generated on a daily basis. Where is this data being stored? Introducing big data. Big data refers to extremely large and complex data sets that are difficult to process, manage, and analyze using traditional data processing tools. It involves the collection, storage, and analysis of massive volumes of data generated from various sources such as social media, sensors, transactions, devices, and more. Big data is characterized by 3 V's. Volume, the sheer quantity of data, which is often measured in terabytes or petabytes. Velocity, the speed at which data is generated, collected, and processed, often in real time or near real time. Variety, the diversity of data types and formats, including structured data, for example databases, unstructured data, example text, images, videos, and semi-structured data. Big data is used extensively in healthcare to uncover trends, improve decision making, and create personalized experiences. Analytical techniques such as machine learning, data mining, and predictive analytics are applied to derive meaningful insights from these vast data sets. The use of big data in healthcare is enabling more informed decision making, personalized treatments, and efficient management of healthcare systems. Big data technologies are applied in population health management. Analyzing large data sets helps identify public health trends, manage disease outbreaks, and allocate resources effectively. Predictive modeling. Healthcare providers can predict patient outcomes and treatment effectiveness by analyzing historical data and patient records. Operational efficiency. Hospitals and clinics use data analytics to streamline operations, optimize staffing, and reduce costs. Technology is revolutionizing the medical field in profound ways, transforming how healthcare is delivered, improving patient outcomes, and enhancing the efficiency of medical systems. From advancements in diagnostics to the integration of AI, telemedicine, and wearable devices, the healthcare landscape is evolving rapidly. The integration of technology into the medical field is transforming healthcare, making it more personalized, efficient, and accessible. As technology continues to advance, its role in medicine will undoubtedly grow, offering new solutions to some of the most pressing health challenges of our time. As the World Health Organization continues to promote the use of technology in healthcare, the industry will become more reliant on it and less reliant on traditional methods. The subject of plagues and pestilences are featured with immense prevalence throughout the Old and New Testament of the Bible. They are not merely distinguished as natural disasters, but are profoundly intertwined with spiritual truths, divine judgment, and the moral order established by God. Let's investigate some reasons for modern pestilences and the scriptures that lend support to the reasons. The Old Testament features prime examples of the wrath of God being executed and expressed through pestilences as a result of disobedience. Particularly in the books of Deuteronomy, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, God warns the Israelites that disobedience to His commandments would bring about severe consequences, including pestilences. In Deuteronomy 28:15 and Deuteronomy 28 verses 21 to 22, It highlights the idea that sin and moral rebellion can induce God's wrath in the form of disease and disaster. In a modern context, this principle suggests that rampant moral decay such as greed, corruption, or social injustice can lead to pestilences as a form of divine correction or punishment. The biblical narrative serves as a reminder that when societies stray from God's edicts, the consequences can manifest in various destructive forms, including health crises. Another pertinent biblical theme is the idea of pestilences as cautionary measures meant to invoke or prompt repentance and spiritual renewal. In 2 Chronicles chapter 7 verses 13 to 14, God gives a clear manual for restoration in light of such calamities. This passage demonstrates that pestilences can serve as an opportunity for introspection and change, sometimes forcing individuals and nations to examine their spiritual state and return to God. In today's world, where secularism and spiritual indifference often prevail, pestilences may function as a means to draw people back to a sense of divine reality, encouraging a return to corporate and collective prayer, humility, and ethical living. The New Testament initiates the concept of pestilences as signs of the end times. In Matthew chapter 24 verse 7, Jesus describes the events that will signal the approach of the end of the age. This perspective features pestilences as part of the celestial turbulence that will precede the final judgment. In this modern era, this ideal can be translated to the outbreak of various pandemics, which may be seen as the fulfilling of this prophetic vision, serving as a reminder of the transient nature of the world and the imminent return of Christ. This interpretation encourages vigilance, faithfulness, and a focus on eternal rather than temporal concerns. While the Bible acknowledges and largely highlights divine disturbances and intervention as one of the primary reasons for the presence of pestilences, it also attributes the prevalence of pestilence to the mishandling of the earth as a result of human activities. Although not explicitly stated, biblical wisdom literature such as Proverbs warns against the dangers of human pride and folly. See Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12. Finally, the Bible indicates and suggests that pestilences can be part of spiritual warfare or divine testings. We can see this exhibited in the story of Job. Job suffers tremendous losses, including physical affliction, which is a primary example of divine testing and spiritual warfare as part of a celestial test of his faith. James chapter 1 verses 2 to 4 further elaborates on this theme. In this light, modern pestilences might be interpreted as challenges allowed by God to test and strengthen the faith of believers. They are not necessarily punitive, but can serve to deepen spiritual maturity and dependence on God. This perspective encourages believers to respond to crises with resilience, trust in God's sovereignty, and a commitment to spiritual growth.